Good afternoon. My name is Nicole Lawrence, and today I will be talking about anxiety. How many of you experienced anxiety before? Do you get nervous while standing in front of an audience? Anxiety disorder is a mental illness that affects many Americans. Today, I will be talking about what anxiety is, how is it diagnosed, and what are the treatments for anxiety. First, the question is, what is anxiety? Anxiety is a mental health disorder that is characterized by feelings or worriness. There are 4 types of this disorder. First, there is the anxiety generalized disorder, which is caused by worriness or confusion. Second, there are specific phobias. Specific phobias are caused by fear in a subject or solution. According to the American Central, there are over 6.8 million adults suffering from generalized anxiety disorder and specific phobias. Third, we have panic disorders, which are caused by terror strikes at random. 6 million adults suffer from panic disorders. And lastly, we have social anxiety. Social anxiety is feeling overwhelmed in social situations. There are over 15 billion adults suffering from social anxiety. Now that I have told you the 4 disorders of anxiety, I will get into the diagnosis of anxiety. Anxiety can be diagnosed by self or by a doctor. Self-diagnosis is usually caused by awareness of your own mental health. When you are self-diagnosed, you usually visit the doctor 3 to 5 times more likely than any patient. Second, you can go to a doctor to be tested. While visiting the doctor, there are several tests that needs to be taken. While doing my research online, I have found that there are several tests to be taken to be determined if you have an anxiety. One of the tests I have found is the Hamilton Anxiety. The Hamilton Anxiety test consists of 14 questions about mood and fears. And second, I found the Zong test. The Zong test consists of 16 questions and it asks you to rate your anxiety. Now that the diagnosis part is finished, I will talk about how can you treat anxiety. Anxiety can be treated by medically or by receiving counseling. While looking online, I have seen that 65% of Americans receive counseling for an anxiety. Also, you can receive medication with anxiety. There are over 65 Americans that take prescriptions for anxiety. Also, even though anxiety medication can be used in the right way, people also might take drugs or alcohol to help cure for their pain. Today, we have explored the true definition of anxiety, the diagnosis, and the treatment of anxiety. Anxiety disorder is a mental illness that affects many Americans. Anxiety disorder is broken down into 4 conditions. The diagnosis of anxiety can be self-clinically tested. Treatments for anxiety are not always used in the correct way. Today, many individuals continue to suffer from anxiety. Now, as I am in college, I have experienced anxiety myself. Anxiety while taking tests and for studying for certain exams. Anxiety has a huge effect on college students as being social-wise, academically wise, and yes. So, the question is anxiety. Stop it. To conclude this speech, anxiety disorder is a serious mental illness. It continues to affect many Americans. Mental illness has took a toll on our society. Fear and anxiety is a part of our life. Although it is a part of our life, it affects individuals differently. Today, over 6 million people are suffering from anxiety. Anxiety can be very overwhelming. It may overwhelm your thoughts and your body. It may affect your speech. It can cause you to have shaky or low voice. For example, giving a speech can cause anxiety. The crowd can cause you to feel nervous and fearful. However, anxiety can be controlled by treatment. Like I said in the beginning, treatments such as self-diagnosis and, and by a doctor. Once again, anxiety is a mental health disorder characterized by feeling of worry and anxiety. Anxiety still continues to affect many Americans today. Over the past several years, many Americans still are being diagnosed by this disorder, anxiety.